Trent McCown returns to South Florida. He will be in action at the upcoming Titan FC show that will air on UFC Fight Pass and will be live from Miami, Florida. Make sure you tune in and watch it this Thursday night. Coming up next, Trent McCown. This interview is brought to you by our good friends at Manscaped.com. Make sure you visit Manscaped.com and use the promo code The Roman Show and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right here down below on our YouTube channel. Coming up next, Trent McCown.
And then all this COVID stuff started happening, and everything started going downhill in the fight organization game. And now it was just like 2 weeks ago. I was just thinking to myself, like, man, when am I going to be able to prove myself again? I don't want to go out like that. I want to stay active, and I wanted to stay active, and so. And then boom, out of nowhere, this opportunity fell in my lap, and I just was like, I almost dropped to my knees and just cried, because it's like, this is what I want. You know what I mean? I want big competition, big shows, and I want the best of the best, because I'm out here to prove that I'm the best, and that I belong in the mecca of promotions, and we know what that is.
Right.
And that and Titan FC is a big dog promotion. They got a lot of killers in there, and I'm so excited to get in there and show what I'm about to these people. Yeah,
I mean, no doubt. And I like to just go ahead. I mean, you've been at this for some time. Your first fight goes back to 2020, and again, just want to let everybody know, you competed back in the CFA number 2, and that goes back to 2011. And just to refresh everyone's mind, CFA down here in Florida was one of the top promotions back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to think, but names like Kobe Covington, Kamaru Usman were fought for CFA and made a name for themselves.
Hell, I even remember meeting Yoel Romero.
Right.
I mean, all these big dogs were there, man, and I was surrounded by them, and I felt like I belonged, and it just kind of. It sucks, that they went under, but that's business. Sometimes you float, sometimes you sink, and but man, I'm telling you, dude, that was like, to me, that was like a Renaissance era. I was fighting alongside some of the best. I was doing good. I was getting the job done in there. You know what I mean? I was building myself the best I could. I didn't win that undefeated tournament, but I learned. I took that as a learning lesson. And I knew how to. So from there, I knew that one of the biggest things that I suffered in before being young, of course, is not being disciplined with my diet and my weight cutting.
Right.
And so that's something that I've learned over the years recently. For right now, man, I'm walking around within 14 pounds of my weight class right now. I plan on actually. I was putting it everywhere, man, that I wanted to fight at 155 again, and I was on my way there, and then this came, so I kind of put a halt to losing so much weight and swimming so much, and just kind of keeping what I have and working with that. And yeah, man, this is a blessing. This is a blessing from God.
So yeah, because I have here. So you fought last year, and prior to that, you had some time away from 2016 and then to 2000. So why that break there? It seems like you've been having about a fight a year.
So what ended up happening was after I had fought, I fought, and you guys probably don't know his name, but Andrew Law in 2015, beat him at 170, and then really what it came down to was I didn't have a manager. I was doing everything on my own.
Wow.
I started to pop out kids like you wouldn't believe, and so then the responsibility started to stack up on me, and no one was reaching out to me. I almost felt neglected, because I know a lot of people, a lot of promoters around Ohio, and even in other states, they know of me. They know that, they could always message me if they needed to fight, and no one ever did. And so then what I did was I took the life of a norm. Yeah, I still listen. I've been practicing martial arts since I was 18 years old, and even before, and I never stopped that. You know what I mean? I never stopped doing what I'm destined to do, which is, being able to fight. But as far as staying active in the cage goes, there was a 3-year lapse between 2015 and 2018, where basically all I did was work my ass off, working odd jobs, factory jobs. Hell, I was even the general manager of a pizza place. And, I was just trying to make it and make a good living for the children, man. Keep them happy, keep them what they need. But I'm going to be honest with you, the whole time, I did not feel right. I didn't feel like I was in where I belonged. I didn't love what I was doing. And I knew that one day something was going to come my way. And then, and so then three years had went by, and I started talking to Scott Shealy from Iron Tiger. And I told him, hey, man, you guys got a good show down here in Columbus. That's where most of my following is. And, if you guys could get me on there, I would love it. And so then in the beginning of 2018, I fought Travis Hussey. We had a good fight of the night. I was rusty, but, I came out on top, man, and in the third round and won. And then it was and then after that, it was another year before I fought again because, they just – and don't get me wrong, man. I understand that these promoters, they're busy. They got stuff to do. There's so many more fighters they got to take care of. I understand. But I felt like I was sitting on a shelf. And so I barked. And then finally gave me another fight with that Mark Martin in 2019. And I was at my most athletic – I was almost at my athletic apex. You know what I mean? And but I at the same time, I felt like I lacked on a lot of things as far as drilling and techniques and stuff goes, because that's the stuff I used to do all the time back in the day. That's why I was finishing guys in 30 seconds and in a minute and stuff at CFA, because, I always went with the basics and I always trained them, religiously. And so, I kept the athleticism and I did the best I could in that fight, but, it didn't go my way. We did get fight of the night, though. I was glad to be able to entertain the crowd, but, man, that don't sit well with me. And so then from there, I basically told, the people that I was working for that let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the ball rolling. And months went by and I haven't heard. And then there was some talks and stuff. And then boom, this coronavirus stuff happened. I'd say about 6 months ago.
Right.
And a little more. And then everything just fell through. The governor said no shows here. So basically, even the UFC stopped putting on shows for a while, and then they came back, and then so they basically led the way for all these states that could open up and have shows. They opened up for them, so that way we could start having shows again and putting on some entertainment for the fans. And even though there's not a crowd, it does not matter, man. It's an arena. We're in there. We're fighting, and it's a beautiful thing. The crowd brings an extra little bit of pressure, but it's also awesome to have people cheering in the audience. But at the same time, I feel like this not having a crowd is like, to me, it's a deeper thing, because it's like we're going to hear every little thing. We're going to hear each other's breaths. We're going to, there's going to be more senses involved in this. And I'm excited to get the chance to do this, because when the UFC put their first show on with no audience, I had goosebumps. I had chills, man, because I heard every little impact and every smack and blood splatter, and it just started waking me up more and more, going, man, I need to get into one of these. I need to get in there. And then, so, basically, man, I've been wanting to stay active. I've been wanting to fight, and I've just been preparing since that last fight, staying ready, keeping my weight good, keeping my technique sharp, so that when this opportunity like this one arose, I was ready. And believe me, I believe I'm in the right hands now, and I believe that these guys, when they see me on the 23rd, what I can do, they'll keep me going, and that's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking to continue and stay active constantly.
You said an interesting tale, an inspired one too, because you found yourself, no training, no gym, but you never kept up on your goals. You kept going. What was the motivation? You said you have children, you got a family, but what kept you going? You had to, work at a pizza place. But tell me about that.
So what kept me going was the faith I have in God, and knowing that where I belong in life and my destiny. And my destiny, it is to be a warrior. It is to be a fighter. I invite you to do a real deep research of the McCown name and find out where my family origins come from. we were all fighters. We were all guardians. We were all fought in war. Everyone in the McCown family has been warriors and fighters, and it's like, so that inside of me, it never went to sleep. It just kept me awake and just kept me thinking, don't say never. Don't completely drop, don't drop everything and think you got to change your life and do something you don't love to do. Just keep faith, and God will give you what you want if you stay, faithful. And man, I'm telling you, it's God. God kept me in, and then also knowing that I have 2 boys and 2 girls that look up to me, and I want them to carry on this lineage of fighting, and I want them to be better than I was and do more than I did, and I'll be there to help them every step of the way. And so man, there's a lot of deep things in here that motivate me and keep me going and keep me from not leaving this area of life. And I don't want people going out there thinking, oh man, he's just been inactive, he's just been not doing nothing. No, I don't want to cuss on the radio, but forget that. It's not like that. Believe what you want, but I've been ready, and I've been staying ready, and especially since this past year, I've been definitely just keeping the faith, man, that something was going to come, and just staying ready. My weight is better. It's better than it's ever been. Like I said, I was ready to go down to 155, and now I'm only 12 pounds, 13 pounds away from my weight class right now, and hell, I can water weight that out in 5 hours. I mean, I'm literally at the best physically that I can be, and mentally that I can be, also spiritually. So yeah, man, having that faith, that keeps me going.
So now you're training. What is that? Lashley Training Center in Julian Lane. Is that right? He's in there with you.
The Lashley's Training Center. They have a nice facility here, man, in Mount Vernon. The thing is that there's not a lot of big time fighters around. We do have our amateurs, we do have a couple pros and everything, but everybody's got their own thing going on. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to get people in. But I've known Julian for years, and it was just one of these things where, like, I'd say about 4 months ago, about 3 months ago, we started getting into contact, and we said, hey man, let's just start getting together and training multiple times a week together, working technique, getting that sparring we need and stuff. And man, people sleep on Julian. I'm telling you, he knows so much more than people, think. You know what I mean? He's been around. He's been around the best. He's trained around the best. He's teaching me a lot of things that I overlooked and never knew, as a professional, that could help my game. And he's like an angel sent from God, man. He's helping me out so much. He's a motivating factor for me. He's a good sparring partner. He's a good training partner. He's a good man, and it's exciting to have him in my corner. You know what I mean? And I'm in his corner too. So and now, it's a blessing, dude.
And now you got Jarred Goodman coming up, Titan FC, July 23rd. It's on a Thursday on UFC Fight Pass. So what can you tell me about Jarred? Jarred's a vet too. He's been around.
Oh yes. This man, he's very seasoned, very big dude. Very big dude. I'm actually interested to see how he makes his weight. He's pretty muscular, and he has good height. But I don't know. See, I do my research, but I don't look at the numbers. I would say he's fought at 170 before, and so he shouldn't have no problem making no weight. I see a dangerous opponent, but so am I. So it's just a matter of who's going to drown you first. You know what I mean? And believe me, the new nickname for me is the Torrent, and so remember that nickname, and research that nickname and see where it derives from, and you'll see that is going to be my fighting style. It's like water. My goal is to drown this man in any way, shape, or fashion, and make him want to quit. And there's no other way to do it than that.
Right. No. And thanks for having me. I'm going to go ahead and announce you there on the 23rd. So looking forward to that. And again, coming down here again in South Florida, since it's been some time, and this is a good opportunity. You're going to be main eventing, so it's a huge deal there. Yes. And again, all eyes. So you had that opportunity there with CFA. Of course, all those eyes were on you. You were like you said, you were surrounded by future stars at the time.
The best, man.
Yeah.
Future stars, man. I mean, I was trained. I was doing training camps with Amanda the Lioness Nunes, man.
Wow.
Before when she got out of Strikeforce, right before she got in UFC, and she's such a good-hearted person. And I remember seeing her there at the CFA weigh-ins and stuff. And it was just like I was surrounded by so many good athletes and good people and professionals, and it was just, I guess at the time, I guess you could say I was a little starstruck because, you know, I was young, and these are my idols. These are people I look up to, and I've watched my whole life. And so when I was just honestly, you know, I know me and CFA, I wouldn't say we had a falling out, but maybe a disagreement or whatever. But, you know, I love those guys. They took care of me, and they put me in a position where I got the best experience that I possibly could at that age. And, man, it was surreal. And the fact that I'm coming back to Miami, Florida, I'm going to see some of these people again. And, you know, and it's a different me now. So it's just, oh, man, I don't even know how to explain it, brother. No words can explain it. It's just, right now, I'm in the position of mind to stay focused and not let all that get to me. And I have a job to get done on Thursday, on the 23rd.
There you go.
And I'm going to get that job done.
There you go. July 23rd, Trent will take on Jarred Goodman in the main event of Titan FC on UFC Fight Pass. Trent, thanks so much for your time, man, and looking forward to seeing you here again in South Florida, welcoming you back.
Hey, brother, thank you. And hey, one more thing, man. Listen, God bless everybody, man. God bless everybody. And I'm looking forward to this, and you know, all glory goes to God.